Um, Welcome to day two. Amazing being here. Please, if you join, kindly tell me where your name and where you are joining from, please. If you join, just kindly write your name and where you are joining from. If you join, you kindly write your name and where you are joining from, please. Your name and where you're joining from. Please write your name and where you are joining from. Write your name and where you are joining from, please. Use the comment box. Write your name and where you are joining from. Yeah, glad you're welcome. Glad you're joining from Abuja. Rufus, you're welcome. Rufus is joining from Warri. Thank you. Okay, so let's start. Thank you very much for joining. So we're going to hit the ground running very quickly. Yesterday, we talked about 10 out of the 20, 10 out of the 20 um, discoveries you must make. We talked about 10 out of the 20 discoveries you must make. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the rest of the 10 that is making it 20. Okay. So we're going to start from 11. We're going to start from 11, the 11th discovery. So yesterday we talked about the first discovery is that you must understand first things first, understanding the spectrums of wealth. The second discovery we said you must make is that you can deliberately, actively, and consciously change your life if you want. You can deliberately, actively, and consciously change your life if you want. That's the second thing we talked about. Still yesterday, we talked about the fact that the God who made you cannot really change you without you. We talked about that. We also talked about the fact that you can become anything anytime because you can always learn anything anytime. We talked about the fact that your holistic energy level equals your wealth level. We're going to expand on that later because, yeah, there is a very serious importance we should add to the issue of your health, your well being, because without it, you can't really do so much. I'm here today because I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling all right. If I am not feeling okay, I'm not feeling healthy, I'm not feeling all right, there is not much I can do. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I will the spirit will be willing, but the flesh will be weak. Yeah, the spirit will be willing, but the flesh will be weak. And I won't have alternative than to go rest my body. Yeah, okay. So that is that. You must understand the power of having a very beautiful health. If you don't, you will always have issues issues with your wealth creation. So we said that the sixth one was wealth creation is a function of strategic work. And we talked a lot about the fact that your brain, is more important than just your brain work. We talked about the fact that your strategic work is more important than your routine work. If you've not listened to the video after that, you check where you are watching now, it's also there. And also share with your people. I want to encourage you right now to take out a minute and share this video right now with your friends. Yeah, share the video right now so that your friends can join. Okay. Now, we said also deep work is more important than light work. If you want to be an inventor, do a great job as an entrepreneur. And by the way, we'll be talking a lot about entrepreneurship today. You need to do quite a lot when it comes to your work, your kind of work you do. You must do, strong work. You must do deep work. You must take out time to do some deep work. A lot of us are so distracted, television, everything everywhere, that most times we don't take out time to do deep work. If you are not doing deep work, you will not yet really do great things. Yeah. Now, it's very important to put to notice that there are different kinds of people on earth. Some, their parents made money for them. Some, their mothers and fathers are in political posts. Some, right from, their grandfathers, their names can open doors. But some of us, you don't have those privilege. Now, when we are talking, we just say, what of these people? What of these people? Go online, you see some of them who are very big disgrace to their families, but you see, they still manage to make money because some things were left for them. Some of them, they were born and they had $50 million already for them. They were born and they had 1 billion naira in their name. They were born with 100 million naira already in their name or dollars. The point is, you cannot just be like them. You cannot just be thinking like them. Okay, welcome. You can't be thinking like them. You need to do more if you are not born that way. Now, that is why most time you don't see great children of great men because they were born with quite a lot of things already settled. So they don't think so much. They don't put extra effort. Okay. So number seven, yesterday we talked about the person you are now can't enter the same elevator with the person you want to be. We said that the person you are right now cannot enter the same elevator with the person you want to be. Yeah, thank you, Zainab Audi Imam. Thank you, Ajia. Thank you so much for always being there. Thank you, Christy. Welcome. Now, so we're saying that greatness is an either or. Either you are in or you are out. Mediocrity is both and. You can give excuse and then you do a little work, you end up a mediocre. We said if you want to be great, you must understand the secret that made 95% of the people poor and non-great, and the 5% that are great. And we said a lot about the qualities of that 5%. Then, yeah, thank you, Jesse Mazel. Thank you, watching from Owerri. Thank you very much. Now, we talked about ASK. They will say that ASK remains the formula for a great year and life. You must ask, you must seek, you must knock. And we said you must also have the attitude, the skills, and the knowledge. We talked about that yesterday. We talked about number 9, confidence and courage get the work of wealth creation done. We said if you are going to be great in 2023, you must become courageous. You must become, very seriously courageous. You must be very, very seriously confident. And we talked a lot about that. A lot of people, the reason they're not who they are, they're not who they should be, is because they lack courage. Yeah. Yeah, Clementina, good evening and welcome, and thank you for subscribing for the Life and Business Mastery Club. I will personally call you to have some strategy session with you, Clementina. You can remind me. Yeah, so confidence and courage is very important if you must be great, if you must be wealthy. Inform, welcome from Abuja. Now, number 10, we talked about when God wants to answer your prayers, He sends you two variables. Number one, idea and or people. That's number two. Two variables God sends you. One is idea, the other one is people. So you're going to open your eyes and open your ears and open everything and be, yeah, very, very serious about the people who come into your life. Like you're here today in this program, take it serious and all those. You see, whatever I did to move from VODP, Tessie, welcome, from VODP to VVIP, from very ordinary disabled person to a very, very important personality, that thing works. Why? Because I started on of the backyard of life. I started at the backyard of life. I started at the backyard of life. So what I did to come to the frontier, it works, and I encourage you to listen. You know, one of the things I tell people, the only reason I did great in the schools I went through, and of course, I went through primary, secondary, university up to PhD level. Why I did well in my classes was very simple. Somehow I have the superpower to, take some complex ideas and settle them into very simple ideas. I can remember in primary school, our teacher will be talking about compound noun or complex things. After she talks about it and talks about it, very, very tired and very, I will always ask her, excuse me, ma, are you saying this one is this one? She said, yes, that's what I've been saying. You've just broken it down in every of my classes. So that is why when I teach you, those who have passed through Cussons Business School, and thousands and tens and if not hundreds of thousands have passed through our business school. Yes, those who have passed through our business school as ministries, department, and agencies, those who have passed through our business school as people sent by their governments. We just finished training 3,000 people for one of the states. Yeah, one of the states. We trained about 1,005 for another state and all this. For all those people, one of the things they would have noticed is that complex issues, we break it down to very simple issues. And it's very important that you understand that these things are not simple. Rather, these things are not easy, but they're simple. In other words, don't say, oh, just show me where the money is. If I show you where the money is, you can't get it. Why? Because there are things that you need to know and do before you get that money. And these are some of the things we're talking about. So let's talk about the 11th, discovery you must make if you want to be great. So let's talk about it right now. So I'm gonna, press it here so that you are able to see them. So I want to welcome all those who are here. Clementina, Inform, Tessie, Smart, okay, Fumilayo, Rukayat or Adebumi from Ogun, Sharifat. Yes, thank you guys for coming here. So let's keep going. So number 11. Yes, I told you we did 10 yesterday. Number 11. The power of expectation will always defeat your faith. And let me explain. Now, this will change your life. Adebushola, welcome, ma. Yeah. Now, this principle will change your life forever if you get it. The power of expectation will always defeat your faith. Now, you have faith in God. You have faith that you will make it. You have faith, But you see, what are you expecting? Expectation is more powerful than your faith. And that is why, if you read the book of Jeremiah 29, verse 11, it says something like, I know the thought I have for you, thought of good and not of bad, to make you prosper and give you the expected end. The truth is, until I learned this, I had a lot of issue. What issue was that? I have the faith that I will get this contract. I have the faith that I will acquire these clients. I have the faith that I will do this and that. I have the faith I will have good health. But you see, everywhere I go, I am looking for devil. I am looking for like, oh, I know this thing will not work. Oh God, please, so let this devil not come here. Or all these demons that are stopping me. Everywhere I go, immediately the contract is about being signed. I'm agitated. I'm like, I know something must go wrong. I know something must go wrong. I somehow something will go wrong. You see, and every time, I am at the verge of getting a breakthrough, and then I start having one dream or the other. Either I'm walking on the road, and the road is so long, and I don't reach my destination, or I am writing an exam and somehow my pen stopped writing, and I keep going around, looking for a pen until I wake up. Or I find myself I'm in an older class where you know um but like I'm in primary school, I'm in secondary school, I'm in the university, and immediately I see those dreams, I feel like, this contract won't work again. These payments, they won't finish it. You see, that's become my expectation. Now, if you can relate, I want you to write down or inside the comment box if you can relate with what I'm saying. Immediately I have those dreams, I'm now expecting the wrong result. I'm expecting them to call me and tell me, the governor said, or the presidency said, or the minister said, or our MD said. And because I'm expecting that, before you know it, I get those calls and then everything scatters. The truth was that God was not that wicked. God wasn't wicked to me. It was my expectation working because the power of the subconscious mind. And when your reticular activating system is very, very high, you can drag and get into your life your expectations. That is why when you have faith in something, but you're expecting the opposite always happens. So I want to encourage you to start understanding that you need to change your expectations every time. Now, change your expectations, change your expectation, change. Yes, okay, my friend says this equally happens to him. You see, the problem. So now, okay, do you know how I solved that problem? How I solved that problem was I just said, now, every time I see myself with I see myself maybe in some countries or with some cars or with some people I don't even know. Or I see myself in the dream with richer that I am or whatever it is. Why don't those ones manifest? Why is it that only when I dream the bad one that I start expecting it? Why don't I those times I dream about where I have a private jet? Why don't it manifest? Because when you dream that dream, you have a private jet, you just laugh and discard it and say, private jet, please free me. But whenever you dream the bad one, your contract didn't work or something, you start expecting it. So what I did was I now changed it. When I dream a good dream, I'm expecting it. And when I dream a bad one, I laugh over it and send it away. Now that doesn't mean you shouldn't pray about your dream. Please get the point I'm making. So you don't miss the point. I miss especially the religious people here who are going to say, "Oh, do you say we shouldn't pray about our dream?" No, I don't. I'm not making light of your dream, but I'm telling you how devil, go and catch you somewhere, and then you are concentrating on some things that are dragging some things into your life. So I said, why is it that when I dream about private jet, I'm not expecting it. When I dream about a cancelled contract, I start expecting it. So I started expecting only the positive and then stop even thinking about. Immediately I wake up with a bad dream, I delete it from my heart. I delete it from my mind. I delete it. And I pursue the things I'm pursuing as I used to pursue it, knowing that it has no option because wealth is my right birthright. Greatness is my birthright. Being the head is my birthright. When they are sitting, I shall stand. When they stand, I shall stand out. When they stand out, I shall outstand. When they outstand, shall be the standard. God's word says, I am favored. His word says, I'm not labored. I am blessed, I'm not stressed. I'm celebrated, can't be relegated. I am the head, I'm not the tail. I am the winner, not the loser. I'm celebrated, not relegated. The word of the Lord, I just said it. So I would just say, I'm not interested in this bad one. I'm interested in this good one. And that is how I conquer that. So today I have big deals and I have those dreams. I laugh over them, and the big deals materializes. My money come. When there are hitches, I take it as normal thing. You can be going traveling and you have a flat tire. What do? You start crying about your flat tire. So you just come out and replace your flat tire and continue your journey. So if I have a delay in my payment, if I have a delay in the approval, they're just the process that things go through before they get, done. So I don't just go and say, oh, these ancestral forces have caught me again. This regenerative power has caught me again. Oh, I know, God, what did I do? And all those. If I have a delay, I don't drink sugar, but I go and find myself one good bottle of Coke Chico and drink sugar that day. Yeah, I don't encourage you to drink sugar. Okay, but the point being made, I hope you've got it. Your expectation, yes, your expectation will always trounce your faith. So make sure that your faith and your expectation are looking the same way. Otherwise, for those who are very, very superficial, they won't understand what I'm saying. But those who are deeper here will understand that one of the reasons they always have issue is that immediately something come up, they are just demoralized. It's pursuing this, it makes no sense again. I know I will fail, and the power goes down. Okay, so I've talked about that enough because I also want to have time to talk about health, today. So let's talk about number 12. Number 12, yes. Now, number 12 is reading and learning are your gateways to greatest year ever. Reading and learning are your gateways to greatest year ever. Now, why is it true? It is true because everything on earth, anything you want, has been, or anything you're passing through right now, somebody has passed through that. Somebody passed through it, and somebody had conquered. In fact, I wouldn't know if you know about Helen Keller. I'll write her name down in case you want to Google her. Helen Keller. When I was growing up, I found out while complaining about my disability, somehow I read that Helen Keller was deaf, was blind, was dumb, and then she achieved, you know, world and global greatness. Now, you see, I can't imagine blind, deaf, and dumb. How did she do it? I've read a lot about her, but still, up to today, it's always very difficult for me to find her. How could she have done it? Blind, deaf, and dumb. And I only had disability in my lower limbs. How is it that I'm complaining about just my legs while somebody who was blind, deaf, and dumb, three super disabilities, how did she become great? How did she become a great person, globally renowned? I found out that the problem is that I'm concentrating on my disability. So I was concentrating on my disability more than I am concentrating on my capabilities. So I decided to check, and I found out that I have many parts in my body: my eye, my ear, my brain, my mouth, my teeth, my nose, my stomach, my legs, my hands, my I found out my vital organs, heart, liver, all those. I found out that all these parts of my body are working well. So I could say this is 99%, that I still have 99% of my body parts. Or let's give legs 5%. I still have 95%. If I have 95%, what does that mean? It means that I still have pass mark. I still have pass mark. So why should I just be all interested in this one that is, the one that is bad? Why do I neglect the 99 or 95%? So I started walking around it. Now, if I wasn't reading, I wouldn't have read about, you know, Helen Keller, and she changed my life completely. You see, so I want to encourage you. Now, my own story, I had poliomyelitis when I was a year and 6 months. Growing up was very difficult. In fact, by age 6, I had become perfectly suicidal. You see, when my brothers are running downstairs to go and catch a glimpse of happening outside, by the time I come down, the video, the film, the movie would have finished and they're on their way up. Yeah, I could stay down there for some time, watching, waiting for another movie to happen. It wouldn't. Immediately I climb upstairs, another will happen, and they will run down again, and all those. Yes, I found out that instead of trying to compete with them on legs, I can try to do something other than what I use my legs for. Being lonely and staying alone because I can't run like others predisposed me to what? To reading. So I started reading. I read everything and every single sheet in our house. In fact, that was how I started also reading my elder brother's books: physics, chemistry, biology. And by the time I was in primary six and primary JSS1, and that was why I said, okay, since I understand all of the things in these books, why don't I take O level at JSS 3 and others? Well, the rest is history for those who went to school with me. But the point being made is very simple. Every negative has its positive, and it's reading and learning that will help you to understand the negatives of the positive and the positives of the negative, and will help you to start measuring in major and minoring in minor instead of measuring in minor and minoring in major. A lot of folks, when you tell them get yourself prepared, they laugh and tell you, show me opportunity. They point to you and say, this guy, is it reading that made him great? Well, the truth is, if you didn't start at that level where your parents or your phobias kept something for you, or their name can open doors, you need to understand that you need to do more for yourself. So let's talk about number 13. I do hope I can even close early today. Number 13 is preparation must precede opportunities. Now, I want you to write down for me wherever you're watching from any social media, and I want you to write this thing down for me. Right, whenever opportunities precede preparation, failure happens. Write it down for me. I'm gonna wait for some time to see you write it down. Write down for me, whenever opportunities precede preparation, failure happens. Whenever, I want you to write it down for me. I want you to just get this into your head. I'm going to write it down myself too, but I want you to write it down because I want you to clock it in. Whenever, okay, first welcome. Whenever opportunities precede preparation, failure happens. Yeah, write it down for me. Failure happens. Yeah, write it down for me. I'm waiting. I want you to write it down for me because I want you to lock it in into your head. Write it down for me. Whenever opportunities precede preparation, failure happens. A lot of us fail in a lot of things because our opportunities come before our preparation. Now, this is the best time to prepare. If you want to be great, you must understand that your preparation must precede opportunities. Thank you, Haja Zainab. Thank you, Shedrack. Yeah. So thank you, Praise. Yeah. So whenever opportunities precede preparation, failure happens. Now, what are some of the things you should be preparing for right now? What are some of them? Yes, thank you, Kalish. What are some of them, Kefers? Thank you. What are some of the things you should be preparing for right now? Do you know how to write proposal? Do you know how to speak in public? I mean, at a professional level. Thank you for me. Do you know how to, you know, do digital marketing? Yeah. Do you know how to go out there and close deals? Do you know how to market? Do you know how to do your sales? Do you understand anything about video editing, about graphic editing? Do you understand anything about web designing? Do you not understand everything about open AI? Do you understand anything about web development, app development? Do you understand? I don't know what you need to know. Do you understand anything about relationship? How to win friends and influence people? Do you understand anything about them? If you don't, I encourage you right now. This is the time to go get some training. You can go to YouTube and get some training on this. Now, the only thing about maybe YouTube and some of those is that because you didn't make any payment, so most times you are not committed to actually, doing something about what you are told. And that is why I created a program called the Life and Business Mastery Club. It's a membership program that you can, for just 250 naira, just less than a bottle of Coke. In fact, in any good restaurant, there's no place you can buy a bottle of Coke for 250 naira. But for a whole week, yeah, I'm gonna mentor you on that platform. Yeah, so you go to hit your superpower.com/lbmc. The link is scrolling and the link is also there. Copy it out and then go there and register. Yes, if you're finding it difficult to register there, you can call us on 0818-490-4305, or yeah, you can send us WhatsApp on those so that we are able to, if the registration becomes difficult. Because I've seen some people who want to register and probably is bouncing back. I wouldn't know why. But yeah, encourage you, go there and register. Hit your superpower.com/LBMC. That is my program with you, Life and Business Mastery Club. For less than 700 naira a month, less than 250 naira, a week, you are going to have, you know, super mentorship where, every day I spend 7 minutes with you on a video, give you assignment, and then you communicate with me. I didn't credit for the money. I credited because this year I want it to be your greatest year ever. I want it to be a year that you are going to have, your greatness. I don't want you to end this year again and looking back and shouting, why again, God, why? No, I don't want you to keep, blaming God. Now, for the, price of a bottle of Coke, you can get premium daily mentorship and leadership from me every day. I'm committed to helping you become your greatness. So now let's go ahead. This is the time to prepare for yes, thank you. Okay, yeah, prepare for, as soon as you can. Prepare, look at those things you need to work on. Now get it right. This, I mean, you are the you are the axe that will cut the tree. Everything you see as a result in your life is a function of your production. If a machine is producing something that is bitter, okay? Yeah, you're welcome. If a machine is producing something that is bitter, now it it is your job. It is your job. It is your job to work on that machine, because it is not about the product, it's about the producer. Anytime your result is not showing your intelligence, know it that the problem is not with your result. The problem is with your intelligence. Anytime you send something to a printer and it prints something, and the write up, for instance, Cali Cousins, he wrote it, Cali Cushion. Know it that it is not the fault of the printer. If you send it a million times, it will still print Cali Cushion. So it's better you go correct it on the laptop before you send out again, if you wanted to print Cali Cousins. Okay, very important. So great to know that you need to work on your preparation. Preparation is so important. David killed Goliath because of preparation. David, became a king because of preparation. All the people that get through when it comes to interview is because of preparation. That's the way you prepare, you cannot be rejected. And you're going to say, oh, this is Nigeria. Oh, this is a, how did I? I had three jobs when I finished my youth service. I had job with NDDC, I had job with Central Bank, I had job with Imo State University when I finished with my youth service. I decided to take the lecture, the university one, because I wanted to do my master's and do a PhD, and I know I wouldn't last in the job. I wouldn't wait until I retire. I wanted to just do my master's, do a PhD, consult for organizations, and then go out there, because I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, a consultant to multinational corporation, governments, educational institutions, individuals. I want to be, that's what I've always want to be. I am not the just sit down and write article kind of person. Yeah. So I took that job, and I didn't have anybody who, was like, oh, this person is a person, pulling all the strings. Somehow, whenever people cross my path and I feel that they're going to be helpful, yeah, somehow God makes me understand that I need to cling on to these people. And somehow I've always learned how to cling on to those people. I don't do that by, begging them money. I did that by finding out what their needs are, and then I find out how to solve their problems. Okay, I start becoming relevant in their life, and over time, they have no option than to return me in their lives, and somehow, yeah, we move on to the next level. Now, number 14, you must understand the wonders of compound effect starting now. Compound effect is the eighth wonder of the world, like compound interest. If you can do small things every day, yeah, you will have the greatness you want. I give you an example, and I'm going to still talk about that. I'm going to still talk about health. That's why I'm trying to roll so I can have more time to talk about the fundamentals. The fundamentals are going to be the bonus. I want to give those who are going to stay till the end. If you stay till the end, I will talk about the fundamentals, and then so I'm going to talk about eating, moving, sleeping, exercising, focusing, and all those because they are the major fundamentals that will change your life. If you can always be motivated from January to December, from morning to night, you're going to do great things. You won't see inflation in the country. You won't see the problem happening. You push through and you push through. And that's been my secret. How can I be motivated? How can I always have the level of energy that can always help me see impossibility in nothing and find out that nothing is impossible? How can I maintain that? If I can always maintain that, I can always be a great person. That is what up to today. I read an average of one book every day. Why? Because everything I've ever gotten in my life, I got it through merit. Whether it is school, whether it's job, whatever it is, I got it through merit. You see, I got it through merit because I don't have anybody who has the long leg to go. We work for a lot of organizations in the country and outside the country. I got it through merit. I don't have that opportunity to, have, a lot of godfathers and, god uncles and all this. I don't have that. Maybe in my lineage, I don't have. We are the first set of people who are, pushing through. So I don't have that capital of name to call and all those kind of things. I remember one day I went to see, I was coming to the university. I think I was a new student. I wanted to see the vice chancellor, at that time, the vice chancellor of my school. Yeah, as a new student, I went to see him. I went there for about 3 to 7 times, if I can remember very well. I went there so many times, and the place is so hilly. So every time I go there, it's always like going to hellfire. So the day I stopped going, because every day they will keep taking people from, the vice chancellor say, um, uh, they'll call the name of politicians, the name of military generals, and say who is sent by Zubairu, and the person will go. Who is sent by, or they call Babang, the person will go. They will call big names, and they are so mysterious to me. I don't know who to call. At the end of the day, they tell me the man has gone. That I could come tomorrow if I can. That I should. That the secretary would tell me. So I kept coming and coming and coming. One day, the man came into his waiting room and just stood there and said, "Who sent you? Who sent you?" And the person would say, this person would say, um, call the name of a military governor, or call the name of retired general, call the name of a politician, call the name, and I didn't have any name to call. So what the only thing that came into my mind was I wanted to tell him God sent me. But something inside of me told me that the man may be so angry with me that I want to disrespect him. How would I say God sent me? I didn't know how the man would feel about that. Now I regret it because I would have told him God sent me, because actually he never saw me. He didn't agree to see me. So I should have tried my luck. But out of lack of confidence, I couldn't tell him God sent me. I would just say, sir, I want to see. As I was saying that, the man left and took those people who just stood and solved their problem and left. And the man saw my crutches by the side. The man saw my legs, my calipers. The man saw that I'm disabled. And the man never, he didn't um, attend to me. Now, please, I don't have any grudge against him. But you see, tears started coming down my eyes. The secretary there told me, "Oh, please, why not come tomorrow? Don't cry." This one, I started leaving. As I was leaving, going down the hill, I said, "This is stupid. Why should you cry?" This man, you know, when he was, when these other people were becoming great, Maybe something prohibited your father from that level of greatness or whatever it is. So why are you crying? Why don't you make a decision right now and said, in my lifetime, nobody will ask my children who sent you, and they will not say, my father, Carly Cousins, sent me. So I thought that thought, the tears dried up, and a kind of joy came into my heart. And I said, it won't happen again for my personal generation that somebody will ask my children, who sent you? And they will not say, my father, Carly Cousins, sent me. And I made that decision. I went back to my books. I read as if, as if there's no tomorrow. I was a knowledge, up to today, I wake up hungry and foolish because I know that's the only way I could move further in life. So, ladies and gentlemen, the wonders of compound effect is a great discovery you have. If you want to be very, very athletic, if you want to have good health, instead of waiting for a time, you have 20 hours to do your exercise. When you wake up in the morning, do pump up. Just pump up like this for 10 times or 20 or 30. Just pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Yeah, you just 20 times, 10 times. Just pump it. Yes, when you do, you're going to find out, that you have some level of energy inside of you. If instead of waiting until you have 20 hours, 100 hours, yeah, just do those little win. Yes, instead of finding the time you are going to bring out 300 million to buy a land every day, bring out 1,000, bring out 2,000, 3,000. And, instead of waiting when you are going to read one book, just read one page, 2 pages a day. Instead of waiting when you're going to write that book, write 1 page or 2 pages a day. Yeah, so just do it piecemeal. You're going to see how they compound to becoming something great. That's how I also do my own. Instead of waiting when I will acquire every customer, I do one person at a time, one customer, one client at a time, one individual at a time. I keep doing that and doing that and doing that. Yes, and they compound into something great. One of the custom I have in my companies is that I don't usually have signposts. Now, please, I don't want you to go and try it out. I don't usually have signposts in my organizations. I want to be so valuable that I don't need a signpost. I always want to give us so much value that I don't need signpost. I don't say you should go and try it out. So I want you to understand that if you can just do it piecemeal, little by little, they will all compound to something beyond your imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, that is, I think, number 14. Let's look at number 15. Now, number 15 is the levitating power of cockpit mindset. If you want to be, if you want this year to be your best year ever, now you must understand the levitating power, the lifting power of the cockpit mindset. If you've been to my program, you always hear me talk about the cockpit mindset. The cockpit mindset is that for you to fly high, yes, you're going to behave like the pilots. The pilots, they love to see crowd. The pilots, they will want to come and discuss with the people inside the plane. The pilot, they have, find people that they can talk to inside it, but they have even their relatives inside that aeroplane, of course. But they know that if they must leave this big bird, the aeroplane, up in the sky, travel for thousands of miles or hundreds of miles, and then land it safely, they need to be alone. So that is why they are put in that little place and covered and locked up and said, concentrate and do your work. Cockpit mindset will help you to finish that book, finish that proposal, read that book, understand that principle, research that idea, Cockpit mindset will help you to work on how to get your customers, systemize your business, optimize your clients already. How cockpit mindset will help you on how they find the faults in your life and correct them. Cockpit mindset will give you that focus you need to actually move away from television, move away from just scrolling all through the day, move away from chatting all through the day. Cockpit mindset will give you that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand the cockpit mindset, you will always have issues with accomplishing your task. The cockpit mindset would help you to do deep work. You don't become great by doing normal work. In fact, if you work 8 hours a day, yes, that is the amount of time you need to just survive. If you work 8 hours a day, that is the amount of time you need to just survive. And most of these 8 hours, and you don't concentrate, it's 8 fleeting hours. If you want to really not just survive, but to be great, every 1 hour you add after the 8 hours makes so much sense. Now, let's do some little mathematics. Now, and I hope you're going to join me do that math. If you look at your life, if you use, let me bring my calculator. If you use 2 hours to watch television daily, and a lot of people watch more than 2 hours. If you watch television daily, if you watch 2 hours daily times 365, you are going to get 730 hours. You get 730 hours, okay? Yeah, yeah, okay. So if you get 730 hours, divided by 24, divided by 24. So divide by 24. If you divide it by 24, you are going to get 30.4 days. 30.4 days. That is almost 31 days. That's what you're going to get. Almost 31 days. Okay? Now, that means in just 1 year, you used about 1 month to watch television. Now, think about the time you used to eat, the time you used to scroll through your phone, the time you used to commute from your house to your office or workplace and go back, the time you use for gossiping, the time you use for religious activities, the time you use for, to go to the bar or, attend to your hair or your beards or whatever. If you think about that, you see that most times you don't spend up to 2 weeks to work on your dreams. The time you use for your spouse, the time you use to get depressed, the time you use to, all those, yes, gossip and fight, all those, you find out that you don't even have up to 2 weeks. Yeah, you don't even have up to 15 days. You don't have up to 14 days to work on your dream. So if you've got that, it's very important that you understand the cockpit mentality. The cockpit mentality. It helps you a lot. That cockpit mentality. It helps you a lot. It helps you a lot. It helps you to understand what to do and what not to do. It helps you to understand what to focus on. It helps you to understand how to work on your dreams. It helps you to understand the things to do and not to do. Cockpit mentality. Okay, so let's talk about number 16. Number 16. Now here, I'm going to start going over to something around business because if, yes, if you want to be great, if you want to be great, you must understand the power of business. But we're going to talk about it a little later. Now, number 17, yeah, is I think that's number 17. Yeah? Okay, sorry, number 16. That should be number 16, please. Number 16. Number 16 is the LDS formula. Now, L stands for learn something. L stands for learn something, okay? L equals learn something. Now, D stands for do something. Now, you can learn something and you don't do it. For instance, a lot of us have learned how to rear snail, and you're going to tell me it's money. No, it's not money. Snail doesn't need a lot of money. A lot of us have learned how to rear rabbit. A lot of us have learned how to design websites. A lot of us have learned quite a lot. We've learned, but we are not doing them. So learn something, then do something. That thing you've learned, start doing it. Because if you learn and you're not doing, nobody will know that you know it. If I don't come here today and start talking to you about, how to change your life and how to make your this year your greatest year ever, it will be in my mind. You wouldn't know that I know how to do it. If you see somebody, the person will look exactly like another person until the person said, okay, let me drive you in this car, or let me fly this aeroplane for you, or let me walk this your car, or let me change this your tire for you. So you can learn something and refuse to do it out of fear. What are those things that you are not doing? Either you refuse to do them, or you're afraid to do them, or you feel that people will laugh at you. What are they? And I want to encourage you to start doing them. Now, if you want this year to be your best year yet, I want you to know that you have to do that thing you've learned. And if you've not learned anything, go and learn something and start doing it. There is nothing on earth that cannot make you rich if you know how to do it well and can bring in more customers. Now, when you learn something and do something, it is not yet over. You must, sell something. Okay? You must learn how to sell. Selling is so important, and a lot of people don't like selling. Selling make them feel beggarly, make them feel like they invading your privacy. It make them feel lower, it makes them feel inferior. Selling make them feel that they're not big men. No, big men sell. Yes, big men sell something. Now, do you know why they call the goods what now they call what you are selling goods? It is because it is good in multiple, in plural. Yeah, it is good in plural. For instance, it is good in plural. If I know how to make your eye better and I don't give it to you, I am a wicked person. If I know how you can make your this year your greatest year ever, and I can sell something to you, and I didn't sell that to you, I am wicked. If I know how to make you write a book, and I have not you, and I know your calling is to be an author, and I didn't sell that thing to you, I am wicked. If I know what will kill all the rats and cockroaches in your house and I don't actually sell it to you, I am wicked. Okay. So the point is that you need to see what you are selling to people as doing them good. And that's why we call it goods. I want to buy your goods, or can you buy my goods? Good is good in multiple. That is why, in plural, that is why you call it goods. If you have goods and you are not selling to people, you are hoarding your goods. You are hoarding the good you could have given to us to make us great. And if you do that, you are not helping humanities. So learn something, do something, and sell something. What is that thing that you can sell to me? I want you to write it down. Tell me that thing you can sell to anybody here. Yes, write it down for me on the chat box. Write it down for me and say, oh, I sell blah 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 blah. I can help you with blah 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 blah. Write it down on, yes, on the chat box. If you want, you can add your email or phone number if you feel. Remember, online is very open. People can always use your identity for something. So, but just if you can, write for me what you sell. Okay. Yeah, Bushola said I sell. Bushola said I sell fabrics. Wonderful. Now, Bushola, you have to tell us the kind of fabrics, for who, and all those. That's very important. We're going to talk about it later, but I want you guys to just write for me all the things you sell. I sell fabrics. That's what Bushola says. Thank you. Good. Now, what kind of fabrics? Or where do you stay? And if you can give those kind of thing, or maybe your IG handle or your, anywhere people can find you. Okay, thank you. Now, for everybody, you can do that. So let's talk about number 17 discovery. 17, number 17. Remember, if you stay till the end, I have this bonus for you. This bonus of the fundamentals. The fundamentals will help you a lot. Yeah, this is the knowledge I want you to have. So number 17, the board moves and the three shifts. If you want to make this year your greatest year ever, yeah, you need to make board moves and you need to make the three shifts. Okay. So Fumi had reading what she sells. Um, okay, Shedrack had reading something. So I wanted to know, yeah, Smart Fumi had reading something, we should have seen something. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. So keep it coming. Now, so we're talking about number 17. Number 17, we talked about, let me write it again because of what my friends are reading. We talked about you need to make bold moves. You need to make bold moves, okay? We said bold moves and the three shifts. Who do you want to serve that you are not yet serving? Who do you want to work for that you are not yet working for? Which organization do you think, if they buy your product, which partnership do you think, if you get, you're going to move forward? Yeah. Now, if you understand, the person, the people, the organization, that will be like a very big jump for you. Whenever you think about them, you feel like, you cringe and you feel like, wow, I don't want to go there. Now, that is where your breakthrough lies. Go there. Don't go just to succeed. Go and be open-minded so that if they reject you, you're going to laugh and you can say, yeah, I went to the president and he rejected me. So that's some accolade, you know what I mean? The point is you're going to have bold moves. Now stop playing small, stop playing low, stop, thinking that you don't want to be rejected. There is nothing bad in being rejected. I've been rejected like a million times. I've been rejected like a million times, and they never made any difference, against me. They rather strengthened me. You see, I just told you the story about the pioneer, the vice chancellor when I was a student, and what he did and how I turned it around and said, instead of just begrudging this man and being unhappy with him, I wasn't the person that made him professor. I wasn't the person that went to school for him. He has suffered and gotten to where he is. It is his right to decide who he wants to relate with, who he wants to help. So instead of begrudging him, let me go home and do my homework so that my children will not go to a place and they ask him or her, who sent you? And they will not say, my father, Dr. Kali Cussons, sent me. Okay. So that was why I decided I'm going to have the list degree I should have will be a doctorate, not the one conferred by organization, but I'm going to read and have a PhD. I decided I'm going to, read and have knowledge of quite a lot of things. I decided I'm going to work for high profile organizations. I'm going to work for governments as a consultant. I'm going to work for multinational corporations. I'm going to work for, I decided what I wanted to do just because I fell. Yeah, the man who rejected me because I couldn't call the name of somebody important. I decided to be that person that will be important, that person whose name can be called. So, in understanding, in understanding bold moves, you must do those things that make you afraid. Those things that when you think about it now, you cringe. When you think about it, you feel like, oh, I don't want to be insulted. Those things that will make you cringe. I want you to think of doing them. Yes. Submit those proposals, talk to those people, get those, you know, write to those people for Cosigo, go and meet those people, go and knock on doors, go, don't bother about being rejected. Make that partnership call, make that partnership move. Talk to the people who are at the highest of what you want to be. Look at who your clients, rather, who look at who your competitors work for. Check your competitors' website. Who do they work for? If they work for, presidency, why don't you go talk to the presidents? If they work for MDs, why don't you talk to them? If they work for multinational corporations, if you work for international oil companies, why don't you talk to them? Yeah, stop being afraid. Yeah, stop being afraid. Take bold move. But for you to take bold move, there are three things, the three shifts you must have. Number one is what I call think shift. Okay. Now, think shift is that you must make a shift in your mind about who you are, the value you offer. You're going to make that shift in your mind about where you are going. Now, that is why you should introduce holy arrogance. Okay. Now, what is that? Now, it's a concept I developed that I've used for myself and I've used in fact, one of my mentees used it in 2022. I made more than 300 million naira. One of my mentees used this holy arrogance concept. I made more than 300 million. Why? Now, the point is, immediately you started understanding that you are an ego and you must play at a particular level. Immediately you start understanding that when you get to an office and your mind will not tell you go and start begging the security man to introduce you to the MD. Your mind won't tell you to go and start begging the secretary to introduce you to the MD. You're going to respect the secretaries. You're going to respect the what do you call them? Um, you're going to respect the gatesmen. But you see, you are going to decide that those people are not your level. That's why I call it holy arrogance. You know that your level is the minister, the permanent secretary, the procurement director, the director of human resources. Um, you're going to, notice that the people you need to talk to are the decision making machines, not just middlemen. You are going to talk to economic buyers, not just, line managers. You are going to know that the people who belong to your level are the MDs and the CEOs, and your reticular activating system will set up to meet those people. You refuse to meet the line managers because for you, because of your holy arrogance, you know that this is where you belong. Your clothes may not be the best, Your look may not be the best, but you know where you belong. Yes. And then you keep pushing. Not everybody will accept you, but the time you're going to get that one, only one chance to speak with that MDC or minister, PAMSEC or director, you are going to make so much impact that they are going to give you that opportunity. That is why, um, no, holy arrogance is not. It is not. It's not the second shift. I'm still talking about the first shift. The first shift is think shift. I'm saying in your head, you are going to have that think shift, and that think shift brings with it holy arrogance. In that you know who you are, you know where you belong, you know your level. You know, you may not have all the money in your pocket, you may be disabled in your lower limbs, but you know who you are, you know where you know the kind of things that befit you. You know, you close your eyes every time and say, my name is Dr. Kali Cousin, good things happen to me. My name is Dr. Kali Cousin, good things befit me. My name is Dr. Kali Cousin, I deserve good things. My name is Dr. Kali Cousin, good things are my right. Yes, you that is holy arrogance. When you start understanding that the God who made you made only you. No other person has the same fingerprint like you. No other person has the same earlobe like you. No other person had the same capacity, that you have. They have their own that you don't have, but they also have, you know, you have what they don't have. So because of that, you are a great person. And because of that, your greatness, there are things you cannot take. There are people you cannot be talking to. There are people you are meant to talk to. You got to change it here. Immediately you change it, in psychology, we said whenever you are determined to do something, whenever you are committedly determined to do something, something happens to your aura. You take on the personality of who you want to become. Whenever you are determined to be rich, something happens to your aura. You take up the personality of the wealthy person. Whenever you are determined to be healthy, something happens to you. You take on the personality of health. Whenever you are determined to be in love and make it work, something happens and you take on that personality. Whenever you are determined to be confident and not be intimidated, you take on that, and a kind of aura moves, a kind of odor moves from you, a kind of aroma, sense, whatever you call it, smell, moves from you, because that confidence gives you that capacity, yes, and gives you that aura. That is why you must start with changing your mindset, changing your thinking, changing where you're coming from. Remember, you have been programmed to poverty, you have been programmed to bad health, you have been programmed to bad relationship. If you are from a divorced home, if you are from a poor family, if you are from a poor country, if you are from a poor community, if you are been mentally bastardized and dehumanized and traumatized, and there are things that have been put inside of you, the kind of school you went to, another. It can be negative, it can be positive. Yes, everything has its positive and negative. So if for you to now know those ones and deprogram yourself from the negative and reprogram and increase your programming for the positive, things shift. You must change in your thinking. The second one is say shifts. Okay, say shifts. That's the second one in your thinking. Say shifts. Now, when you have decided to change your mindset, to change your thinking about you and your offering and who you are going to start saying differently. Your saying must change. You can't be reasoning like a wealthy person and you are saying things poor people say. Now, you can't catch me talking about inflation. You can't catch me talking about how bad the country is. Is it that the country is not bad? I know it's bad. Is it like there's no inflation? I know there are inflation. In fact, when this inflation started galloping up and up and up, every time my wife goes to the market, she comes back and tell me, "Do you know things increased by 30%?" Because my wife loves she's um, a finance business finance teacher. So she will always tell you percentage and percentage of things. She kept telling me, "Oh, things increased. This one increased by so percent. This one increased by," After she has said it once and twice, I told her, "Hello, madam. Please never again tell me the price of things in the market. Just tell me how much you need, and I'll make that available to you. Never again tell me that price. Why? I cannot change the price of things in the market. They can only, demoralize me. They can only traumatize me. They can only depress me. There's no need talking about what I cannot change. I cannot change the president. I can't change the governors. I can't change how they think. I can change them in poll, which I'm going to do with my PVC. I'm going to go there, vote for who I want to vote, and believing my vote will count. Yes, I will go there and vote. That's the much I can do when the opportunity offers itself. But talking about now, the price of things in the market, I cannot change anything. So what should I do? I should work on increasing my income. So if things in the market had increased by 30%, now I'm spending 30% more than I earned originally. So what should I do? I should try to see the possibility of increasing my wealth, or increasing my income by at least 500%. And that's what I did. So instead of just sitting there to bemoan and be unhappy and be angry and just blame everybody, I decided to increase what I do. So I don't say, "Oh, inflation, oh, this country is messed up, oh, this," they will become fulfilled prophecies in your life. So you value those ones and focus on the things that empower you, not the things that disempower you. So stop talking about depression. Stop talking about mental health issues. Stop talking about the name of sicknesses. As you see me so, I don't know the name of sicknesses. I don't know the name of sick. Immediately, your wisdom is about sicknesses. I'm not interested. I read a lot of books. Like I told you, I just read Why You Get Sick by Professor Benjamin Beichman. And I wrote that out yesterday for you. I said, find the book and read Why We Get Sick. You're going to see a lot about insulin. You're going to see how today I did more than 2,000 pump up, and with my, yeah, with my this, I did more than 2,000. More than 2,000 I did. Yeah, I did more than 2,000, just to make sure my insulin level and everything is at the right. Yeah, it's with me here every second I have the time. I do 100, 200, 300, 1,000. Yes, and I drop it again. Yeah, so you can count how many I've done just right now. I don't wait for it to, yeah. Okay, so you can see I've sweated right now. My heart is pumping and all that. So you need to start changing what you say. Don't go and just cram the name of all the. It seems I'm having a a lot of people say, "Oh, it seems cancer is developing in their body. It seems they are having breathing issue. It seems they are having depression. It seems they are having ADHD. It seems they are having PSTD. It seems that they keep calling the name of sicknesses and focusing on that." Yes, I want you to start understanding the power of, yes, my friend Clementina said, you also start understanding the power of affirmation. Thank you, Clementina. Understanding the power of affirmation, this power of meditation. I want to talk about it a little later. That's the bonus I'm giving to people who are here until the end. The bonus I'm giving, okay? So say shift. You're going to shift from what you used to say and start saying positive things. And my friend calls it affirmation. You start affirming the kind of things you want. Yes, affirm them. Okay. So if you've got that, the third one, yeah, is what I call do shifts. Okay. The third shift you will have or you should have in your life is what I call do shifts. Do shifts is no matter how you are firm, no matter how you talk, no matter how you think, if you don't go out there and submit the proposal, if you don't go out there and follow up, if you don't go out there and make yourself, if you don't go out there and push yourself out there, yes, all the things God had done for you will not come to pass. So that is why you need to actually start doing something yourself. You need to actually start understanding what it means to actually do. A lot of people, they know so much, they don't do anything. They know so much, but they don't do anything. And it's very wrong. Don't be that person who knows everything and you're not doing anything this 2023. Yeah. So let's talk about number 18. Well, that's my forte. That's where I love talking. Yeah, but because this is not a business class, probably so called, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. But I need to tell you that the answer to wealth creation is entrepreneurship. The answer to wealth creation is entrepreneurship. I have worked before at a university academic. You see, when you hit the bar as a university academic, most times your your salary is about 400,000 naira. You see, now because this is a public, place. If 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 I tell you that those money that somebody will wait like in a year, that's about 480, 4.8, yes, I think, 4.8 million. And I tell you that if you're a lecturer, you can resign that job and you can make that money every single week of your life. Now, please, I'm not saying they should resign, before you get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that if you're like me, you are not caught out for that kind of job. You are like me, you are a doer, you're like me, you um, have done your own part. Maybe you've become a professor and you feel, yes, I've done my own part. Let my children or little nieces and nephews, let them come and continue. And you go higher to some other things. Yeah, and you start practicalizing, have a lab, go there, do that thing. Professor of biotechnology, professor of parasitology and entomology, professor of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial marketing, professor of econometrics. So, go out there, take that your knowledge to the society, use it to serve society. Professor of peace and conflict resolution, professor of, you know, get out there and apply it as an entrepreneurial venture. But that's not the topic I'm trying to talk about. I'm talking about entrepreneurship. The answer to wealth creation is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the arts, ACT and ART, the acts and the arts of generating new ideas or innovating old ideas into profitable products, into profitable services, into profitable platforms directed towards a targeted market through a creative business model. That's my definition of entrepreneurship. The acts and art of generating new ideas or innovating old ideas into profitable products, services, and platforms directed towards a targeted market through a creative business model. If you understand this, now you are going to see there are a lot of things immersed in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the natural dimension of the human person. Entrepreneurship is the natural. So don't see that something hard. People will always need food. And for them to have this food in restaurant, people will always farm it. Those who farm it will not have the car or the bike to take it to where it will be sold. So people will always have the bike to take it to where it will be sold. Even those who are farming it will need fertilizer. Somebody will have the fertilizer. People who are selling the fertilizer will need food. Somebody will cook the food, and so naturally, man is entrepreneurial. Even when you were a civil servant, although you still work and giving your efforts, if you can understand public entrepreneurialism, yeah, public service entrepreneurialism, which I teach public servants, you're going to see how to be entrepreneur in that your public service, because that's what you're going to transmogrify or transplant whenever you retire, whenever you leave service. That's what you're going to transplant to your own personal endeavor. But back to entrepreneurship, there are few things you should understand about entrepreneurship. Time will fail me to talk about them. Number one is that you must understand that there must be value proposition. Now, when we say value proposition, we are saying there must be something that you are selling to people that is different from what they already know. In our organization, Sean Cousins Business School, I mean the business school side, we always say facts you can use. That's what we want to sell to people, giving you facts you can use. At Sean Cousins Consulting Solutions Limited, what we are saying is we're saying ideas, actions, results. We want to move organization from ideas to actions, and then for them to handmark the result. That's what we offer in those organizations. For other organizations like the Buy Value, Retails, and Digital Marketing, digital communication and advertising company, and our Dexter Rosie group, and all those other companies we have. For each of them, we know what we want and why we are bringing that to the table for organizations, for people to buy from us. So you must have the value you are bringing to the table. What is that value you are bringing to the table? You may say you sell fabrics. Now, fabrics is not the value. Now, the value can be in the product, it can be in the process. And I don't usually, because this is not a this is not a business class. Now, I would derail to go deep into business, but I know some of us here are business people, some are not. So I'm going to make it generalistic a little. Now, the value can be in the process, it can be in the product. If the value is in the product, most times it could be a technological innovation. For instance, you see the new BMW that can change color, interact with the environment, and change shape, and all that. That is the UVP, the unique value proposition, and it is in the product. Okay, but it could be in the process. For instance, if it's fabric. So there may not be something unique about a fabric, but it can be how you get that fabric across to people. So if, for instance, I can go to your page or your website or interactively look at, because of how you snap your fabric, I could look at the front, I could look at the back. Maybe you snap it in 360 degree. I could just touch it there and use cursor to check it round, and then make other, and then you bring to my house. Yeah, that becomes the uniqueness in the process that makes me to know I can stay in my house and buy from you. Yes, you could add on and add on and order. It could even be in the customer service. How many times we call you on phone, and how many there's I bought something from, I think, Jumia. I bought a camera from them to 2019 or so, or 2018. Now, and when I got the camera, I complained that the camera is not good. I complained about something about it. In fact, they followed me up. They were calling me like 200 times in a day, calling me, please, can you return it? What is it? Have you seen the? Okay, the camera wasn't bad, but I couldn't see the manual. I couldn't find it online. I couldn't find it in the product. So they were calling that I should return, or so that they can help me find the manual. Or they called, but because I'm a teacher, I'm always in class. That time, you know, there were programs we're handling for United Nations and some state governments. So I was always in class. And because of that, they called me and called me. Fell in love with them, that they had already collected my money, but they're interested in how I'm going to use that and how I feel. And I love them for that. And I told them, don't worry, I won't use the camera, but I won't return it. You guys have shown me so much love and all those. And up to today, I love them. I don't know another person's experience, but my own experience was so beautiful. And, I fell in love with them. Now, so you must have the value that you're offering. You must have the uniqueness of that value. Then the next thing is that you must have a legal structure for that your business. If you want to go into entrepreneurship, that legal structure means you are going to check what kind of structure is best for this my product. For instance, if you are somebody who is into social entrepreneurship, properly so called, you are somebody who is into NGO, you are somebody, you need to, make the registration of the legal structure in such a way that GFID, United Nations systems, USAID, um, GIZ, the German Cooperation Agency, JICA, Japanese International Cooperation Agency, USAID, China Aid, all those guys can look your way. For example, Juma Foundation, Bill Gates Foundation, Clinton, and all those kind of things. Okay, they can look your way. If the structure is just like normal business limited, they may not work with you. Yeah. So you must understand the structure your business needs or your value needs. If you want to work for federal government, state governments, and other, you should have a limited liability company, and you should be up to date with your what do we call them, regulatory document, or NSITF, PENCOM, Financial Reporting Council, um, you need to be updated with NITDA, all of them, your um, TC, that your tax clearance certificate, TCC, all those kind of, you need. So, okay, the staff who is in charge of our own is already almost through with a lot of our own, and it's just January, early January, because if we must, do our thing with the organizations we work for, with the systems we work for, we are going to be 100% in touch with what? With our regulatory documents. If we don't, if we have issues with our regulatory document, there are years we don't get our regulatory document done until somewhere around March, April, May, June. It's not always very funny for us. Okay, so you must have the legal structure. Then the next thing, well, time will really fail me to go into this much, but we have programs, entrepreneurship certificate development programs in our organization. You can also reach us so that we can find the one you're most fitted for. Because if I'm 29 minutes away from closing, if I keep going on this, I may not be able to um, talk to other points. But understand that entrepreneurship is the only thing that can really make you wealthy. That salary is good, but it has its limitation in creating wealth for you. Now, if you are working, you are going to make it a 24 to 36, um, 36 structured exit program. Don't just run out. Take time, plan your exits, start something by the side, work on it, grow it. Immediately, the money coming from there equals the money you are earning as salary twice. You are ready to exit that because you can manage without it. Okay. But it leads us to the question of systemization. Okay. And because most times you start your entrepreneurship journey and you find out that you are not really uh, you are not really free, that your work has employed you. Yes, that your business now owns you. You don't have your life, you can't travel, you can't do anything. Yeah, that could be another problem on its own, because at the end of the day, you are going to always have issues with building the business to a high level. Now, that's why I encourage you, you know, to learn some of these in a very simple way. I encourage you to be part of my membership club, the Life and Business Mastery Club. So go to hityoursuperpower.com/LBMC. Hityoursuperpower.com/LBMC. The link is there right now. Register for the Life and Business Mastery Club membership. It's just 250 naira per week. It's nothing. If you want to do monthly, just 700 naira monthly. It can't even buy you a plate of food. Yeah. And just about 7,000 naira annually, is nothing. Now, what we did in that program is, how can I keep tab with my friends who don't have all the money to pay for my 10,000 US dollars mentorship program, so that they can still have every day I am in their life, in their home, in their devices, in their phone, and I'm bringing value to them, and they're growing and they can be in contact with me at the price of less than a bottle of Coke per week. Yes, that is absolutely awesome. And I want to encourage you to be part of it, because it won't remain that way. In the next few months and the next few weeks, I'm going to review that up. Yes, I wanted to make use of it right now. Every time opportunities come before preparation, you have failure. If you want to be successful, your opportunity, sorry, must come before your opportunity must come before, or rather, your failure must come, or rather, your preparation must come before your opportunity. Sorry, they just took the light, so they're going to change me to another light source. Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, I want you to click on that link or save that link immediately after this program. Register for that program. Just 250 naira weekly. That is nothing. So let's talk about understanding systemization. Now, if you want to build a business and you don't want to get encumbered by that business, remember, I'm physically challenged, disabled in my lower limbs, and I have multiple businesses. So you can understand, how do I manage all those businesses? How do I do that? I do that through system. Yes, system stands for S, save, Y, yourself, S, stress, T, time, E, energy, money. So system is anything you put in place to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That's what we call system. Anything you put in place to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Now, in understanding systemization, you must understand what we call documentation. Okay, you must understand documentation. Documentation is being able to organize your playbook in such a way that your workers know what they should be doing, and not using their brain for, rather, their discretion for a lot of things. That's what we call documentation. So documentation is being able to write down, how do they answer calls? What are the ways you guys employ people? What are the job descriptions of the people you employ? What are the job titles of the people you employ. What are the standard operating procedures for each job? What are the key performance indicators for each job? When somebody from DSTV or MTN calls you, the person doesn't say, hi, I hope I'm on to Dr. Kale. Say, "Ah, yes, I'm Dr. Kale." Say, hi, guy, what's up? I hear say you are on Go TV or DSTV. Watching the show. I hope we serve you well. That's not what they say. If 100 of them call you, 100 of them will say the same thing. They'll say, good afternoon. I hope I'm on to Dr. Kali Cosme. Said, yes. He said, this is a call from DSTV. For quality assurance purposes, this call is being recorded. Do you have time for us to talk right now? He said, yes, I have time. Or they said, is it a good time for us to talk? He said, yes. And they said, okay, your subscription will um, will end so and so time, um, blah blah blah. They'll not tell you what. Now, no matter how much you insult them, no matter how much you say something against them, you find out that they do not get angry. They don't put off the phone on you. They will remain there to sort your problem, even when they're not happy. They know that they cannot just call your bluff. Yes, they will be there. Okay, that is documentation. They have documented. Yeah. Now, when you've documented, the next thing to do in order to make sure that you have very good system is what we call delegation. Documentation will help you with your delegation because with documentation, they now know what it is like they should say, what they should do in any circumstance. It's like a playbook that sorry, it seems my internet glitched. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry there. Sorry about the glitch, please. Sorry. So sorry about that. Um, because if you are still there, please let me know you're there. So sorry about that glitch. So sorry about that. So if you are still there, please tell me you are still there. Oh, thank you, Monday. If you're still there, just say hi or say I'm here, please, so that we can continue. So sorry about that glitch. Towards because of public power source. If you're still there, just write I am here, please. Just write down so that. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bushalas. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good, good. Okay. So now, um, uh, a beautiful country. So I was talking about systemization, and I was trying to show you all the possible things that you can do about systemization. Yeah, about systemization. So I talked about delegation, and rather I talked about documentation. Shall I repeat that? Documentation. If you want to have a good system, first of all, document everything in your organization, what your workers should do, what they shouldn't, and then do delegation. Yes, from what you've documented, you know who fits where and how, and then you are able to do your delegation. Okay, if you've got that, let's go. So systemization is very important if your business must outlive you. If your business is something you're going to leave and just have some rest, to go somewhere, you must understand the power of systemization. Anything you put in place to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money, that is systemization. We have programs on how you can systemize your organization. If you're interested, we can talk about that. We have a mentorship program to that effect, or an executive class where you are going to learn, hold you by the hand, show you how to systemize your organization, and then you move on. Now, if you want to have a great company, you must learn how to systemize. There's no two ways about it. You must learn how to systemize your organization. If you don't, you are going to run from pillar to post all your life. Don't always be afraid to spend money. Yes, to spend money to train yourself, especially when you have a proven coach, a mentor who can do that for you. Don't always be afraid to spend money. I spent, well, this is a public thing, but those who are close to me, they know I spend so much money on my training every year. Now, minus the fact that I read an average of 365 books a year, but I spend so much money on my training. Why? I train vice chancellors, professors, rectors, provosts, PAMSECs, directors, ministers, MDCEOs, and all those. You cannot do that telling them what they already know. In fact, they will demand for what? They will demand for a refund. You need to teach them simple things, rather complex things in a simple way. Something they will say, yeah, this makes sense. Oh, you need to break down concepts, precepts, principles, laws. You need to break it down to piece some pieces so that they are able to go out immediately and implement them. And for you to know that, you need to know those principles in and out. Um, Albert Einstein said that if you can't teach it to a 6-year-old, you don't know it. If you cannot teach it to a 6 year old, you do not know it. So you shut up your mouth. So for you to know it, in order to break it down in such a way you can teach it to a 6 year old, you must, yes, you must be able to have learned it in and out, front and back, outside, inside. You must be able to have learned it. Thank you. Yeah, so you must able to, thank you, Ada Stars. You must able to learn it so much that you are able to give it out very simply. So that's why I train myself a lot. Now, you may not know. You can go and Google it. How many hours, or rather, how many pages does Warren Buffett read every day? You're going to surprise yourself. More than up to 500 pages. Warren Buffett reads up to 500 pages daily. And that's amazing. You see, that's why he built a very, very sustainable wealth. Yeah. So then number 20, before I give you the bonus and we wind down. Number 20 is three things you should never be this year. Yeah. Shedrack, welcome everybody. Thank you. Three things you should never be this year. One, don't be an encyclopedia. Encyclopedia. Okay? Instead, be a computer. Now, why? An encyclopedia knows everything, but does so little with what it knows. An encyclopedia knows everything and does so little with what it knows. Don't go this year the way you did last year. That would be just so detrimental. That's why I encourage you to register and subscribe to the to the LBMC Life and Business Mastery Club membership with Dr. Kali Cousins. Life and Business Mastery Club membership with Dr. Kali Cousins. What happens with that is that every day you get 7 to 10 minutes video specifically made for you with assignment on what to do. Yes, you do that assignment that you start compounding, you start compounding your effort. So just for weekly or monthly or yearly, for 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 weekly, something less than what you would used to drink a bottle of Coke. For monthly, something less than, you can never use it to have a meal in Mama Put, in a buka. You cannot. For year, you can't even use it to have a meal in a good restaurant. But I am doing this just to make sure that you are able to win this year. It's going to take a lot of my time, but I'm ready to, yeah, I'm ready to do that because of you. So I encourage you right now, hit that button or save it, and then, yeah, register for the Life and Business Mastery Club membership with Dr. Kali Cousin for just a bottle of Coke, money not more than a bottle of Coke. Okay, that's by the way. Now, we're saying that you should never be an encyclopedia. Encyclopedia knows so much and does so little with what it knows. And then with number two, don't be a thermometer. Okay, be a thermostat. A thermometer, um, a thermometer just takes its reading from the environment. Yeah, a thermometer takes its reading from environment, like, or inflation. It will start shouting, inflation, inflation, inflation. The thermometer takes its reading from the environment. Immediately, there is, bomb blast. Immediately, there is insecurity. Immediately, it takes it up and the temperature goes up immediately. No, don't be a thermometer. Be a thermostat. Set your own rule. Set your own, you know, what do we call it? Your own temperature. If the environment becomes so hot, you bring it to your own temperature. If the environment becomes so cool, yeah. Okay, so I am on YouTube and I'm hearing myself. Probably, probably, for you, you're not hearing me, but probably you could go on. Uh, okay. So if you're hearing me, please, if you're hearing me, please say yes. I want to be sure. Fong said, um, Fong said, those of us in the YouTube can't hear you. Please, if you're hearing me, please, if you're hearing me, please tell me you are. Okay. Yes, you are hearing me. Okay. Thank you. And they are on YouTube too. Please, if you're not hearing me on YouTube, you can go up and come in again. Inform they are hearing me, please. So I think it could be from your end. Okay. So let's go ahead. Now I was talking about don't be a thermometer, be a thermostat. Don't allow, don't allow the country to just, you know, put words into your mouth. You see, if anybody should be angry with the president, anybody should be angry with the country, it's me. Huh? It's me. Thank you, Francisca. It's me. I'm disabled in my lower limb. And the country, if you go around public places, bank, I think on Friday, I was mad with a bank. Yes, I came there and I couldn't even go into the bank because of the steps and everything. And my staff went in to collect money for me, and they're telling me to repark and all those kinds of things. Um, Please, can somebody write to phone to maybe go off and come back to his YouTube and be able to hear me, please? Okay. So now, and everywhere is very, very antagonistic to a disabled person or a person living with disability like me. So, but I'm happy with the country. I'm happy with my fellow human beings. I'm happy with, my workers. I'm happy with my clients. I'm happy with life because that is what is going to help me to draw from the well of salvation. In fact, the Bible says that with joy you can draw from the well of salvation. So don't allow anything kill your joy. So we are saying in number 20 that three things you should never be this year. We said number one, don't be an encyclopedia that knows everything and does nothing with what it knows, only stay in one place and gathering dust. We said be a computer. A computer, can just know one thing. Let's say you write calicos in a computer. You write calicos in a computer. The computer will do what? The computer will just um, do what? The computer will just take that calicosms, turn it into, yeah, different colors. The computer will just print it out a billion copies. The computer will just, quite a lot it can do with simple knowledge. So don't be an encyclopedia, be a computer. So the second one we say, don't ever be, don't ever be a thermometer. A thermometer test is reading from the environment. Be a thermostat. Decide what you want. Decide that you can't live a lower life. Yeah, thank you for Fumilayo. Yeah. A thermostat said, I want to be 21 degrees centigrade. I want to be 37 degrees centigrade. So when it goes up, when the heat becomes more, the thermometer increases to meet up. When the heat goes low, the thermometer decreases to meet up. So be a thermometer. Then number three, number three, don't be a chameleon. Be a painter. You see, um, okay, yes, my friend is talking about number 11. Okay, okay, sir, I will do that in the next few minutes, please. I'll do that. Okay, sir, I will. Now, don't be a chameleon. A chameleon takes the color of the surface it is in. A chameleon takes the color of the surface that it is in. Don't be a chameleon. Be a painter. A painter looks at the environment. Like a painter doesn't like this is my background. He changes it to the background he likes. That's what painters do. Yeah. So don't be a chameleon. Be a painter. Don't just change to an environment. Change the environment to you. And you're going to say, are these things easy? Yes, they are easy. It's just about you understanding learning. That's why I encourage you, be part of the Life and Business Mastery Club. Be part of the Life and Business Mastery Club. If you've not registered, do that immediately. Yes, for just something, um, some, some just you know, just for just a pittance, you can get yourself with the kind of knowledge and the kind of understanding you need on daily basis with assignments every day with leadership, and you are going to do so much. I want you to succeed this year. Those who know me know um, the amount for my mentorship. But here, I want to put you in this membership group and appear there 7 to 10 minutes every day with you with assignments, and then you are able to actually, do so much. And then every week we'll have the book for the week that you're going to read. Most times, what I'm reading, and then we're going to do it this way and do it this way until your muscles, yes, you see, until your muscles are so strong that you can, yeah, do the work. Yes, if you continue the way you did last year, everything will still be normal, and then you are not going to meet your target. So I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, okay, to be part of this. Now, I'm going to look at, okay, before I finish, let me give you the bonus, then I go back to my friend who wanted me to talk about so let's talk about the fundamentals. Yeah, the fundamentals that you must understand this period. Yeah, this is the bonus. Okay, number one fundamental is eating. Okay, eating. Now you have to be very careful about what you eat, the quality of what you eat, and how you eat. So I'm going to give you three um, um, from my friend Brian. I'm going to give you three um, things you should know. Number one, when it comes to eating, number one thing you must know, don't drink your sugar. So anytime you are drinking your sugar, for instance, you are drinking what we call mineral here in our country, you are drinking a soft drink, energy drinks, and all those. You are drinking your sugar. Let your sugar come from what you eat. Let it not come from drinking it. Okay? That's number one. Number two thing about your eating, we're talking about the fundamentals right now. Number two thing about your eating, and I do hope you're going to take this in serious. Number two thing about your eating is that eat real food. Don't eat things that are produced in a lab. Don't eat things that are manufactured in a lab. Don't eat things that when you look at the name of when you look at the body of what you are eating, you look at the body and you are hear, hearing things you cannot pronounce, phosphorus, phosphate, magnesium, blah blah blah. Whenever you are hearing something or you are reading some things that are not familiar on that particular label, now something may be wrong somewhere. Eat real food, avoid junks, avoid a lot of the fast food. Yeah, they sound good, they are nice. Yeah, ice cream, this one, that one. You know, you can take your children out for ice cream. Yeah, your wife, your husband can crave it for some at some time. Yeah, you can have it as a treat, but eat real food. Yeah, number three, when it comes to you know your eating, we're talking about fundamentals now. We said number one fundamental is eating. In eating, make sure that you don't drink your sugar. Make sure that you eat real food. Make sure that you don't eat 12 to 16 hours, every day. What that means, between 2 days, make sure you eat, you have a fast of 12 to 16 hours. Now, let me show you what it is. From the time you ate your last food in the night, for instance, let's say you ate, let's say, please try and eat early if possible. See how much you can skip night food. Try and eat early. Immediately you turn about, when you turn around 40, yeah, always eat early in the night, and then sometimes skip night food. So, but if you're still younger, do your thing. But now, let's say you ate like 8 o'clock in the night, which is late for me. You can eat your last meal by 6:37. So let's say you ate eight. So, like, let's say from that age, you're not eating anything. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see, you've got 13 hours. 10, you've got 14 hours. 11, you've got 16 hours. So between so what did we do? Okay, 15 hours. So now this is 11 hours. This is okay, let's do it again. I have so it said so it said 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So your next meal could be, if you ate last about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, your next meal could be 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning. That way, you've given yourself about 12 to 16 hours. Yeah. So it's very important that you know that if you want to, you know, be very healthy. So let's talk about moving. So we've talked about the first fundamental, which we called eating. So the next one, yeah, hi Julie, welcome. The next one is moving. Okay. The next one is moving. Moving is something that is so important. In fact, write it down for me, all of you. Write it down for me because I want it to enter your head. Write it down for me. Sitting is the new cigarette. Write it down for me. Sitting is the new cigarette. Okay, I want you to write it down for me. Cigarette. How do you write that? Okay. Cigarette. Sitting is the new cigarette. Okay, I wouldn't know if I got it. Cigarette. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, guys. Thank you. Already writing. Yeah. Sitting. Valentino, welcome. Sitting is the new cigarette. Yeah. Thank you, Francisca. Thank you, Kefers. Yeah. Now, it is very important that you know a lot of us do sedentary work. Somebody like me, somebody like you, we do sedentary work. And because of that, it is not helping our insulin. A lot of us have become insulin resistant. A lot of us, quite a lot. Time won't allow me because I've overshot my time. Thank you for still staying. Yeah. But there are a few things I will recommend for you. Okay. There are a few things I will recommend for you. So number one is observe, yeah, observe the 100 seconds rule. Yeah, so what it is, 100 second rule, sorry, 1000 second rule. 1000 is about 16 minutes, okay? So it is said if you sit down for 1000 seconds, which is about 16 minutes, just try and do something that will make your heart pump a little. So you could still, while sitting there, just do this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. You can just do something. Yes, you can just do something that will help you. Yeah. So if you want to understand the that sitting is the new cigarette, yes, check civil servants, check a lot of people who do sedentary work. Most times you do everything you do and your health is not progressing. It is because your insulin is not working well. And I recommend for you the book, Why We Get Sick by Professor Benjamin Bikman. Bikman is spelled Bikman. Professor Benjamin Bikman, Why We Get Sick. You can read that book. If you are using Scribboard, you can see it there. You can also order from Amazon and any other site you want. Yeah. So 1000 seconds rule is the first thing I recommend. So let me recommend another thing. Now, another thing, yeah, from my friend Brian too. Another thing is you must understand your steps, daily steps. Okay. You need at least 5,649 plus steps. Some of you do 10,000, some of you do 14,000. That is super. Okay. If you can, if you can, make sure you do at least 100,000 steps in a week. Now, 100,000 steps is something like, let me check, calculator. 100,000 divided by 7, 100, 100, okay, divided by 7 will give you about 14,285. So if you do about 14,300 steps every day, you will get to about 100,000 steps daily. Please, you can even download some app. You can use some of your wearables. You can, you know, decide what is even if you don't have the equipment, it doesn't matter. It's for you to make sure that you do something. Climb the step, avoid the elevator. Walk around even your room in the morning. You can set from the end of the room to another. Do that 20 times or 50 times, and all those that you would have done something. Okay. So that is the second thing I want to tell you about moving. Now, the third thing I want to tell you about, yes, moving. Remember, we said we are talking about the fundamentals, and it's a bonus. The first one was eating, and we talked about that. The second one we talked about, we're talking about moving, eating, moving now. Okay, moving. Yeah, the the third thing in moving is what we call exercise deliberately. But exercise deliberately. You see, since we started, I showed you I showed you my this. Yeah, you were here when I did it. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. Yeah, you see, let it not be some in my office. I have it in my house, my bed, everywhere, so that somehow I can always, yeah, be in the right Yeah. So you can always just pump it, just 100. Yeah. You can just do this. You can do this. You can just move around, whatever it is. Deliberately exercise. This morning I did about 2,000 of that, apart from other exercises and all those. Yeah. Why? Immediately your heart is pumping well, your mental health is all right, your physical health is all right, your spirit is all right. You can produce. So be deliberate about your production. Yes, be deliberate. Now that's why I encourage you always do what I call red. Yes, always deliberately relax, deliberately exercise, and deliberately diet. Okay, don't eat everything you see. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy life. Please do. But just, yeah. So let's talk about the third fundamental. We've talked about eating, we talked about moving, then we'll talk about sleeping, and then we'll talk about breathing, and then we'll talk about your focus, and then we'll round off for this night. Okay. So the next thing is this is the bonus. If if your time is off, you can just go. Okay, so the next thing is sleeping. Now, how much do you prioritize sleep? A lot of people don't. They don't prioritize sleep. Yeah, they think sleeping is just normal. Is it not? No, prioritize sleep, please. Prioritize sleep. So, the first thing I want to tell you is that you must prioritize sleep. Yeah, you must prioritize sleep. And how do you do that? You need to understand how and when to avoid the blue lights. You see this light on our phone, on the television, they're not helping, they're messing our sleep up. It's not easy. I fall victim to that too. I disrespect my sleep most time. But you see, because I am knowledgeable about this, whenever I'm having repercussion, I know when my day is not going well. I know because I didn't have enough sleep. I think that's what they call DEC2 or so. DEC2, if I still remember. There are people who may not have good sleep, and then they have things that are still okay. But there are a lot of is DAC2 gene and sleep. Yeah, these are I've not read much about it. This is you can Google it. DEC2 gene and sleep. The I think it seems the low sleep requirement. It's a low sleep requirement kind of thing that they can do without too much sleep. Yeah, and all those. I've not read much of it, but you can read it. But the major thing about it is, if you're a normal person, you 8 hours of sleep. Now, get it, I can't sleep 8 hours. I can't. After 4 hours of sleep, it's like such me, and then I wake up, no matter how I try. But what has happened is, because I am conscious of my health, you can see how people fall and have heart attack and have stroke and all those. Is A lot of them is not because somebody is pursuing them. It's lack of knowledge. Yes, I remember 2020 or 21. I would have died because I was walking and sitting all the way. I wasn't very serious with my health. And one day I was driving my family. I was taking the kids to school, and then my heart blocked and all those. And I was going to the office that day to sit all through, having sat 3 days teaching some professors who came from university for a program we call CSD, Consultancy Services Directorate Executive Management Program, and the RLID, Research Linkages and Internationalization Directorate Executive Management Program. I teach it alone because it's a very, very deep course, and the people who attend are only professors. So I've done with them 3 days. They've gone. I'm doing that for another group 3 days again. And that day I was going to office and this happened. Now I started checking and I found that it was sitting and sitting without exercising, my heart was clogging. So I started. So when I got to office that day, I trekked around the building, and then I was doing after 2 or 3 hours. I will come down from the stage and trek around a little and do one or two, bumps and all those kind of things. And at the end of the day, yeah, I now went deep into health studies. So prioritize sleep. So I wasn't sleeping well, and immediately it's 4 hours and I'm awake, I will start reading. So I found out that it's not helping me, especially when you're growing older in terms of your age. You have to tone down. So what I did was, and is, when I wake up and I I can't sleep steadier, I do my meditation, do my focusing. If there are complex issues I need to think through, I think them through. Try to solve issues, write a book in my head, but I won't open my eyes. I won't move around. I'll just stay there so that my body can still feel. So prioritize sleep. Don't watch film into the midnight and then, yeah, okay. So the next thing about sleeping and your productivity is that the PM begetters the AM. In other words, what we mean is that your night give birth to your morning. In other words, if you have a sleepless night, if you have a night that is troubled, if you don't have enough sleep in the night, in the morning, you are going to pay for it. That's very important, If you want to have a powerful day the next day, you have to start planning for that powerful day from this night. What you eat last, when you ate it, how much of the blue light you look in while you are on the bed, how you prepare yourself for sleeping, how you make yourself happy and make sure that the last part of your night going to the sleep is nice and all those. Yeah, that is what is going to appear the next day. That's why you see some people, it seems they keep moving from one stage of success to the other, from one stage of progress to the other. They are doing little things that you don't even think they are important. For you, how sleep can concern me getting money again? There's nothing these people will not tell us. Waiting concern sleep, concern money. Okay, so you gotta understand that. And now you number three, in that sleep thing, you need to create your protocols. Yeah, what are the protocols? What are the ways you do your thing? What do you do before you sleep? What do you do when you wake up? Yes, because not just sleeping, how you wake up is also very important. Try it out. Wake up and your phone, without first just into social media. Do your work first. Maybe you need to write a proposal or you need to do anything. Do those things first. You need to make calls for your business and all before you go to your WhatsApp and all that. Able to do this, you're going to see how the day will pan out stronger. Write that proposal, read that book, work on that, do your exercise before you go to, catching up with the news. You're going to see how, yeah, your day will pan out strong and you're going to do your thing. So what's that? We say create protocols that will help you to maintain this. So let's talk about, I think, the fourth one. We've talked about eating, we've talked about moving, we've talked about sleeping. So let's talk about now breathing, and then we'll talk about focus, and then we'll round up. Now, breathing. Now, for those who are joining new, please do remember the, you know, the Life and Business Mastery Club, and make sure you're subscribed. Now, for just something less than money for a bottle of Coke, you're going to have 7 to 10 minutes video from me every day. Have a weekly read a book you read every week, and then have assignments you do every week. That way, you are going to, develop the muscle. You're going to develop the muscle to push through, accomplish your dreams. Don't allow this year look like last year. If you want to have your greatest year ever, yeah, it is very important that you register for the Life and Business Mastery Club membership. It's just for 250 naira, 250 naira, 250, less than a bottle of Coke money in a good restaurant, 250 naira a week. You are going to be able to, have quality mentorship by me. My mentorship is 10,000 US dollars. But I just developed this program so that nobody is left behind. And I encourage you, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Clementina said she does 6,000 steps every day. That's wonderful. So I encourage you to register for the Hit Your Super, rather, for the Life and Business Mastery membership club. Um, um, you know, Clementina is already a member of that. Okay. So I encourage you to do that. So let's get back to breathing. Now, breathing is so important. Yesterday I told you that I use breathing to heal myself of asthma. I use breathing to heal myself of asthma. Now, I tell you, now there's something important. You have to learn that you need to breathe only through your nose. But a lot of people breathe through their mouth. Stop doing that. Breathe through your nose. Now, when you breathe, breathe in through your nose to your belly and then exhale through your nose. Be conscious and be deliberate. That's what we call deliberate breathing. Is very important. You're going to see your energy is always high when you do that. You're going to see your thinking is stronger when you do that. These things sound simple, but they're not easy. These things sound like they don't matter, but they are the only thing that matter. If you understand them, you're going to just wow your life. You're going to have super energy. A lot of people ask me, why is it that you don't get tired? I tell them I have protocols that I follow on daily basis, on weekly basis, on hourly basis, on per second basis. I follow those protocols so that yeah, I can, be productive. I want to encourage you right now. Now we do an exercise. So you sit straight, yes, wherever you are right now, you sit straight, put yourself straight like this. Yeah, don't relax, just as if they draw a rope on your head. Yeah, you sit and then breathe in. Yeah, breathe in and make sure they all go into you, to your stomach. Yes, to your belly. Yeah, you breathe in, you hold it for as much as you can. Yeah, and then you breathe out. So breathe in slowly and you hold as much as you can, maybe for 2, 3 seconds, five, depending on how much, or six. Yeah, and you now breathe out you breathe out longer than you breathe in. So you breathe in, you hold, you breathe out. Now, it's very important to know that if you want to be motivated, you are going to have less stress level, otherwise you won't be motivated. Less stress level means that you are not pumping cortisol into your blood. Now you are pumping dopamine. Dopamine is the relaxation hormone, the happiness hormone. That is why you're going to be very, very deliberate about your happiness, very deliberate about what you do to be happy. Don't be uptight and stiff. Be open, free yourself so that you can pump enough dopamine to be in a static mood. And in that mood, you can always do your thing. But if you are stressed, the cortisol is poured into your blood and it's not helping matter. It's going to make you sick. It's going to make you unhappy. It's going to depress you, going to sap your energy. And energy equals wealth. The rate of the velocity and height of your energy will equal the rate of the velocity and height of your money. And this thing sounds simple, and we always laugh about them because you don't understand what rich people do to talk about is what we call focus. The last regimen is what we call focus. Yeah. So focus is the last fundamental. It's about this night and in this conference. Yeah. If you weren't to be great, if you want this year to be your greatest year yet, you need to understand the power of focus. Focus is the center of deployment of your energy. Focus is the center of deployment of your strength. If you cannot understand how to deploy your strength in one dimension, if you scatter it in different dimensions, there's a problem. The problem is you will not achieve more. Now, you know what they call stiletto. Stiletto is that shoe that women wear that has this pointed, this thing. And then you know what they call wedge or whatever. Now, when you have a surface like this, like a shoe, you have a surface like this, when you match on somebody, the problem, the match is not always too strong. The person can say, you're matching me. Yeah, and the person will just push you out gently. But if you match somebody with stiletto, it will penetrate immediately. The person will not remember. The person will just push you, before he remembers he has pushed you. That's what happens with focus. Focus is like a stiletto shoe. When you put your effort and focus into your energy into one focus, like a laser beam, it can pierce through, it can do some work. Now, in understanding focus, yeah, focus is like training your brain. Yeah, it's like training your brain for, war, for activity. So the first thing you must understand about focus is that you need to control your inputs. So you need to control what comes in. For instance, you need to control how much of television, how much of social media, how much of side talk, how much of gossip, how much of that's coming in, because what you impute into your mind is what it will output. So focus needs you to be conscious about the things you impute in. Most times I don't listen to news. Most times, there are things I don't listen to people who say negative things even about the country. Oh, like we are finished. Oh, this country is dead. Oh, this country. I don't listen to that because it will program me negatively. I will wake up thinking that I'm in control, but I'm not in control. You have programmed me. Yes, I don't listen to gossip. Yes, because it will spoil my mind about people and about things. I don't watch some kind of things because it will not help me. I watch my input because whatever I garbage in is what I'm going to garbage out. So I need to watch it. Yeah. If you got that, your inputs, when controlled, will help your focus. Then the next thing is to understand meditation. If you want to increase your focus, you must understand how to meditate. Now, meditation is a very simple thing. Yeah, but people will always complexify it. Now, when you wake up, see if you can for 5 or 10 minutes or 20. Yeah, sometimes I do some very serious meditation when I have too much work to do. I do meditation that I do for at least 20 minutes. Yeah, you can do for 5 minutes. What happens is that if I can just close my eyes and just be calm, and then I could just be looking to the tip of my nose uh, with eyes closed, focusing on that. If you go online, you're going to see a lot of meditation exercises. But focusing on the tip of my nose with my eyes closed, and then making sure my mind is not wandering away left or right. Immediately it wanders away, I bring it back. Immediately it wanders away, I bring it back. I'm just trying to develop focus. That's why I don't allow my mind to think about any other thing than looking at the tip of my nose. I keep looking at that, yeah, with my eyes closed. You know what I mean? Or looking at the tip of my nose with my eyes closed. I don't allow my mind to go to left or right, to go to the food or problem or anything. or if it goes immediately, I catch myself, I come back. Don't get frustrated. When you catch yourself, just come back to it. When you catch yourself, come back to it. When you can, until you accomplish, you can put your 20 minutes 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes alarm, so that time stopwatch or timer or something. Immediately it's 5 minutes, you can do bam, and then you can get off that. So meditate. That time it is pulling to think about something and you're pulling it down. That is like gymming your mind. It's like gymming your mind. It's like gymming your mind. It's like gymming your focus. It's like gymming. That is why when you sit down to write a proposal, you finish it. When you sit down to write a sales letter copy, you finish it. When you sit down to make a call, you finish it. Even when your phone does ping, and and a sister calls and a brother call, and then you see updates, you are not interested because your mind has been gymmed to the level of focus, and you can concentrate and do work. Yes, if you understand this, you're gonna just, yeah, be so uh, um, um, happy with yourself this year, and this will be your greatest year ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the next thing and the third thing in that focus is what we call, yeah, most important now. You need to find out what is most important now. Yeah, a lot of things like checking your email is important, checking your Facebook update is important, checking who is posting is important, checking something they've dropped online, checking some comedy, they're important. But what is the most important thing now? What's most important? We call it win. What's we say win? What's important now? Yeah, win. If you want to win, you must concentrate on what's important now and do it and get it done. That's how to develop focus. You will always be distracted. When you are distracted, don't kill yourself. Don't be angry with yourself. Just go back to your work and do that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be great, yes, there's something you must learn. You must learn the equation for sustainable greatness. So we say energy times focus times what's important now raised to the power consistency equals sustainable greatness. Your level of energy times focus times what's important now raised to the power of consistency will give you sustainable, yeah. Oh, Shadrach said the payment is not going. Sorry about that. Shadrach, you can talk with us on 081849043005. Okay, you can just say hi. I'm Shadrach, so that we can help you with that. Sometimes is your network, sometimes is some other issues. So don't worry, it will go. Keep trying. Now, but your energy is the level of strength you have, level of focus you have, times focus, that is how you deploy that energy in one direction, times what's important, yeah, the thing that you're going to overlook and face one thing, raised to the power of consistency, doing that every day and every time, you are going to have sustainable greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you for your time, close to 3 hours. We'll be here working on, how to make this year your greatest year ever. Now, my friend Kefir said I should touch 11. Yeah, I should touch number 11. So, um, okay. But first, I will say you can do a replay of what we've said. But let me just say it again. Number 11. That is number 11. Yeah, number 11 says the power of expectation will always defeat your faith. Now that place. Oh yeah. Okay, please, if you have questions now, you can send it to my phone, or you can just drop it here, so and then I will answer it immediately. Okay. So so I have two questions. The first one is, I should say more on 11, and I'm going to say that right now. Then the next question I have is, I should talk about 2020. Okay, I will do that right away. Okay. So now, so we agreed, or we said earlier, that the power of expectation will always trump uh, and defeat faith. We said most times faith, um, we have faith that God will do it. We have faith that it will be all right. We have faith that things are going to work well. We have faith that that contract will go well. But something happens always. We are very, very interested in things that are by the way. What are some of them? Number one, you wake up in the morning and you find out that you had a dream about something like, where the contract didn't go well. So what do you do? Though you have faith that God will do it and give you that contract, or give you that sale, or give you that breakthrough, but your attention is at the level of what? Of, I know something must go wrong. I know, so God, please let something not go wrong. Oh God, please let something not go wrong. Oh God, please. Before you know it, something goes wrong. Why? Because Jeremiah 29:11 said that, I know my thought for you, thought of good, not of evil, make you prosper, give you expected end. The end you are expecting will always be stronger than your faith. Why? Psychologically, your reticular activating system is expecting the opposite of what you have faith in. From psychology, again, your subconscious mind is drawing the negative rather than focusing on the positive. So for those who have dreams like I used to have, and then you have dream where your project went bad, or you didn't make the sale, or something destroyed, yeah, your plan. Always remember that there are times you also have dreams where you are on private jet, where you own a private jet. Why is it that the private jet dream will not come to pass, and then the one that will come to pass is them canceling your contract? Immediately, God taught me that every time I have a negative dream about my project, I focus on the positive, knowing that there were times I've had, you know, positive dreams of where I am, having private jet, and up till now they've not materialized. So why will the canceling of contract materialize? So since then, I have always had progress, and that dream doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't mean you shouldn't pray when you have bad dreams, but you see, you must always expect the right thing, because the right thing will always will defeat your the wrong thing you're expecting will always come to pass more than your faith. So you need to make sure that your expectation and your faith are looking in the same direction. Not your expectation is looking for something to be bad to happen, and your faith is believing God. Your expectation will always win. Okay. Yeah. Now, my friend Christy asked about 2020 rule. Okay, so yesterday we talked about 2020. We said that now, as a rule, when you wake up in the morning, spend some time to work on your spirit, your soul, your body. And we said, in working on your body, do at least 20 minutes exercise. In working on your soul, your mind, make sure you do some meditation and listen to something uplifting. For instance, motivational talk. And that is why I created the program, the you know life and business mastery program. So you could, in the morning, watch it, and then be able to do the assignment. That way, you strengthen your mind, and you can, use that link there. Hit your superpower.com/LBMC to register for something less than money for a bottle of Coke. Now, so 20 for your body, 20 for your soul, like your mind, and 20 minutes for your spirit. Make sure you read your Bible or Quran or whatever book of your religion, and make sure that you are able to pray. However, your prayer happens, you are able to pray for at least 20 minutes. Okay? Now, remember, prayer for me is something, according to the Bible, you do in season and out of season, and something you must pray without season. So, affirmation is one of the highest form of prayer. So, if I'm a Christian, so every day, anytime I'm not thinking or talking, I am praying. Father, thank you, because this is a beautiful day. This is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. So I take my time and make sure that I affirm for the good things. I tell myself, in the name of Jesus, good things happen to me. My name is Dr. Kali Cussons. Good and beautiful things happen to me. I merit good things, and good things come my way. I have no business with bad things. I have no business with anything negative. Good things come my way. My name is Dr. Kali Cussons. Good things come my way in the name of Jesus Christ. So I take time to do these prayers every second of my life. You know, every minute, because the Bible says pray in season and out of season, pray without season. So that is how to make this year the best year of your life ever. Yes, very important. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we covered in this program, we covered 20 greatest discoveries that will make this year your greatest year ever. If you were not here yesterday, you can go and listen to the yesterday's on the same channel. Please share with your people, like, comments, and like, comment, and share these things. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense if you don't get it across to your loved ones. Okay. So the first discovery, we said, first things first, understand the five spectrums of wealth. We mentioned that. We said number two, you can deliberately and actively and consciously change your life. Number three, we said that the God who made you cannot change you without your cooperation. Number four, we said you can become anything anytime because you can learn anything anytime. Number five, we said your holistic energy level equals your wealth creation. Number six, discovery. We said wealth creation is a function of strategic work. Number seven, the person you are now can't enter the same elevator with the person you want to become. Number eight, ask ASK remains the formula for a great life and a great year. We said ask, seek, and no, and ask, seek, and knock. Number nine, we said that confidence and courage get the work of wealth creation done. Number 10, we said when God wants to answer your prayers, He sends you two variables, ideas and people. Number 11, we said the power of expectation will always defeat your faith. Number 12, we said reading and learning are your gateways to greatest year ever. Number 13, we said preparation must precede opportunity. So start preparing now. Number 14, we said that the wonders of compound effect will always get you whatever you want. Start now. Number 15, we said the levitating power of cockpit mindset will make you great. Number 16, we said learn something, do something, and sell something formula will always create wealth for you. Number 17, we said you need to have the bold move this year and do the three shifts. And we said the three shifts are think shift, say shift, and do shift. Number 18, we said um, the answer is entrepreneurship. Salary cannot make you outstandingly rich. That entrepreneurship is always the destination. A man by nature is an entrepreneurial animal. Number 19, we talked about understanding systemization. We talked about the power of documentation and delegation as handmaid of systemization, as workers and slave, and as boy to systemization. If you don't understand delegation, or rather understand documentation, understand delegation, you cannot systemize. And number 20, we talked about the three things you should never be this year: never be an encyclopedia, never be a chameleon, and never be a thermostat. Rather, never be a thermometer. Yes. So we talked about the fundamentals: eating, moving, sleeping, breathing, and focusing. Yes, these are the things we covered. And then I have encouraged you to make this year the best year ever by actually, registering for the um Life and Business Mastery Club membership. How do you do that? Hit that's this thing you saw there, the link, hit your superpower.com/lbmc and register there. If the registration is not going, you do that a little later, knowing that maybe the traffic is something. You're gonna get 7 to 10 minutes videos every day, and you get assignment from me, and then you do that. That's how you compound, you compound. By 90 days, you're not going to recognize yourself positively. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you for tuning in for these 2 days, working with me. I promise to show up more, promise to work more with you on your dream, and on your businesses, on your life, and on your mastery of the things that make for greatness. Yes. If you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please try and do so, because I'm gonna appear more on the YouTube channel. Now share, subscribe, share with your friends, encourage them to subscribe, share in your groups. Yes, and they are going to have the greatest year ever. I'm committed to making you have the greatest year ever. I love you, appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Looking forward to see more of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you inside the Life and Business Mastery Club membership. Remember, blessed and stay celebrated always. Take out a few minutes, write on the comment section what this conference have done for you. Now, if you want me to write your um to write your testimonial on what this program did for you, please send me a WhatsApp on 0818-490-4305. If you want me to headline it on my groups, yes, send me your testimonial on what this program has done for you, what you learned. Send it as a WhatsApp to me with your name, your social media handle, maybe if you want your number to be there, and what you do for a living, or what people can buy from you, so that I will, say, I will headline your testimonial, like what this program did for you, and then say it's from so and so person. This is what you do, and all this. It will be a great advert for you, but also serving as social proof for this program. I'm looking forward to see more of you. Remember, blessed, stay celebrated always. Have a beautiful evening.